No music. I hate when this happens. It hasn't been happening often, but it still happens occasionally. This is part two of Dylan Knows, episode 360. I don't have a. I was trying to blow through it, but it just kept saying, your link is all messed up. You don't have enough Wi-Fi connection, whatever. It happens periodically, and of course, it always is when I have the most stuff. But I think I have enough to film about a good another 10, 20 minutes. So I'm just going to keep going with the stuff that I haven't checked off yet. The last thing you heard before you left was Teenage Bounty Hunters. There's a new show on Netflix. They released a trailer of that. Bunch of hot teens, women who are trying to score with guys and boys, and then also at the same time are working as bounty hunters, beating up people. Looks entertaining. Looks like fun. Pixar released their new film that's going to be coming out, or I should say a story line for their new film that'll be coming out next summer. June 18th, 2021 is the tentative date to come out. It's called Luca. And it takes place in Italy. It's about a young boy who spends a summer in Italy hanging out with his best friend and going to the beach and having all kinds of fun adventures in the Italian Riviera. But we discover that this boy, who looks like a boy now, is actually a sea monster that has come up from the ocean depths and wants to live a normal life above ground, but is being pulled back into life underwater. Seems like Little Mermaid a little bit, but it looks interesting. Looks very Hayao Miyazaki-esque, Ghibli looking from some of the stuff that they showed. So we'll check that out. Just to reiterate again, Taylor Swift breaks the Spotify record for most downloads in 24 hours with her new album. The New York beach was closed due to a great white shark sighting, and in Maine, a woman was killed by a great white shark as well. So they're all around. But the funny thing is, when you see Jaws and the mayor doesn't close down the beaches because he's afraid of losing business or whatever, and they make the big joke about that when there's shark sightings and people die, stuff like that. In this case, New York has shut down the beaches because of this great white shark being around. Script's already written and is ready to roll, and rumor has it they both want Carl Urban and Sylvester Stallone to have roles in it, be it as either Dredd or other members, who knows. Both those actors have played Dredd in movies, so we'll see that all comes to fruition in the end. Kevin Smith has been busy. He turns 50 this week. Also, it might be today for that matter. Also, he's going to turn in, he had written a while back a live action Green Hornet script that he wanted to film. And Seth Rogen beat him to it. And he released a Green Hornet film that didn't do that well. So Kevin's taking his script for his live action film, and connection is already unstable. All right, let's try to get this over with and done with, and release it as an animated film. I can't believe that's still causing me issues. He also has a new movie out that he filmed called a trashy horror film that he filmed during quarantine called Kilroy Was Here. It is an anthology film. Killer named Kilroy and how he interacts with a bunch of different people, and the stories are all connected, but they're all separate stories in the end. Killer Raccoons 2 is coming soon. It is Christmas. Christmas is canceled. Killer Raccoons are going to attack at Christmas time. Richard Linklater to direct new live action animated film Apollo 10 and a half. Space age adventure. Richard Linklater is the guy who directed the Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight trilogy, one of my favorite ones of all time, plus a whole bunch of other films as well. People have a high risk of contracting COVID-19. I'm fairly tall. Hopefully I won't be contracting it, but I am tall, so keep an eye on that. People say Halloween might be canceled this year. Well, haunted houses might be, but there is a place where they are going in Orlando where they're going to have a drive-through haunted road for Halloween. So you can get in your car, you can drive down this dark road, and it's going to happen to you while you're driving. So that could be pretty interesting. Idaho has now become the top state for both UFO and Bigfoot sightings. Idaho is an interesting state. I've kind of fell in love with Boise a little bit. I kind of want to see what it looks like because I love how it looks. My cousin is moving to Idaho in some form or another. Might be Boise, might not. So we'll see what happens about that. Early this week, the Statue of Liberty was hit by lightning. Maybe that's a statement saying that democracy is dying and we need to do something to charge up so it doesn't happen again. Self-replicating Chernobyl mold could protect the ISS from space radiation. So a mold that keeps replicating could actually help protect people instead of killing people. Warren Ellis, who's gotten into trouble with his allegations about sexual misconduct, stuff like that. Him and Declan Shalvey's Batman comic has been dropped by DC, which is a shame because the two of them did a really good run on Moon Knight, and it would have been neat to see what they were going to do with Batman. But at the same time, you can't have Warren Ellis do this kind of stuff to people. It's not great. Women, men, whatever. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have become Greek citizens officially. Good on them. Google to keep employees home through summer 2021. So Google employees, no matter what happens, will not be able to come back to the office until next summer, which is good. Amazon is selling a giant garden dome that you can put outside in your backyard, giant lit up one, so you can hang out in your yard at night and be inside in case it rains or whatever. And it can also protect your garden from cold and other stuff as well, and too much heat as well. Man dressed as a Joker, jet skis in the East River in New York City. People know my feelings about the Joker, and I don't know why it's news, but hey, it's news. Movies continue to get delayed. In this case, Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe origin film, which is going to try to kickstart the G.I. Joe film series, was supposed to come out in October, has now been moved to an unspecified date in 2021. So we'll see that. I would assume you would probably see that in early 2021, probably February, March era. So we'll see what happens. 8-year-old spends their grandparents' savings on an online game. Now that's what you get when you let your 8-year-old kids play video games on your phone, and somehow you're able to link it to a account. Because these in-game things, they always say, hey, if you spend this much money, you can get this to make you better at the game. So the kid doesn't know any difference. He's just clicking buttons and not really understanding how it happens. So hopefully that'll get taken care of. Netflix is releasing a Jurassic World cartoon series, which I didn't know about. It's called Camp Cretaceous, and it's focusing on a group of kids who are camping in Jurassic World, I should say. And of course, they have to deal with dinosaurs getting loose and stuff like that. It looks interesting. I didn't even know Netflix was doing it, but it should be coming out soon. The trailer was released this week. Chicken-scented KFC-inspired Crocs are coming. I think I talked about that before too, but I'm going to bring it up again anyway. Popcorn M&Ms have now been released. They are made with M&M minis. I think I talked about that earlier this month, or in July sometime as well. There's a trailer for a movie called Centigrade, which is about a couple trapped in a car under ice as they basically have to try to survive in the cold together and make sure they don't kill each other. Haley Steinfeld, who has been off and on attached to the Hawkeye TV show to play Kate Bishop, has now officially signed on to play Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye TV show. And now I want to see this show even more because I love Kate Bishop, and it should be great to see that. Guy orders a Han Solo bookmark from eBay. When he gets it, it arrives in a Halle Berry DVD case for the Catwoman movie, and it also comes with the free Catwoman DVD. So he ordered the bookmark, and he gets the bookmark and the Halle Berry god-awful Catwoman movie as well. So hey, score on that one. Might be a terrible movie, but you know what? There you go. Emmy noms, I was going to read them all off, but I'm not going to. I don't have time, and I want to get moving, and I have all these issues, stuff like that. But the thing you need to know is that genre TV shows went crazy at the Emmys this year. Watchmen got the most nominations. The HBO show got the most nominations with 36. The Mandalorian got 15 nominations. Andre Brower for Brooklyn Nine-Nine got nominated. He's always been a great actor, was nominated for Homicide, nominated for this. And Picard got nominated for Emmys as well. I think 5 or 6 of them. So genre films are doing very well in the Emmy world. So keep it up and we'll see what happens. Florida man takes the COVID-19 aid he got, I guess, for his small business and said, hell with my small business. I'm going to buy myself a Lamborghini. See, that's why we can't have nice things, you stupid fuck. CAA, one of the world's biggest, Hollywood's biggest agencies for film actors, stuff like that, had to furlough 275 employees and 90 agents and executives. So they're in a lot of trouble because of this as well. CAA was one of the most powerful agencies in Hollywood and now is on the verge of disappearing forever. So we'll see what happens. I did that one already. Aunt demands that a baby's mom pay for her Gucci top that was ruined by baby puke. I guess she was holding her niece and the baby puked on her Gucci top, and now she's screaming that the baby's mother owes her for her Gucci top, which is probably worth hundreds of dollars, which is ridiculous. You should know what you're getting into, you dumbass bitch. Main shark attack, talked about that already. And I guess that's it. We're going to like a 12, 13-minute added on, which I wish I could have added to the show because of stupid issues with the computer. Not computer, it's more the Wi-Fi stuff. I can't. So the final story this week is a really upbeat, good one. A young Arctic fox was released from Norway's Svalbard Islands into the wild. And they had input a GPS into its fur to follow its tracks and make sure that it survives. What they discover is extraordinary. They have discovered that the young Arctic fox that left Norway's Svalbard Islands is now in northern Canada. And it was an epic journey covering 2,176 miles. He walked entirely across ice. So somehow I guess he's able to go from Norwegian islands up to Greenland over to Canada without having to go into the water. So somehow he was able to do that. I guess during the winter it does that, but it's a 2,176 mile journey. The fox made it in 76 days, and they discovered that it averaged 28.5 miles a day. Now just think about that. Think about you walking 28.5 miles a day. It's pretty impressive. And the fact, I guess it was winter, so all the ice was connected, so he didn't have to go across or go swimming or go across any water. So I guess that's how it worked. But 76 days to travel 2,176 miles by himself on foot across ice in the cold and averaged 28.5 miles a day. That is absolutely insane. And huzzah to you, wonderful Arctic fox. And now I take my leave of you all. I am extraordinarily pissed that I had to do a part 2 of this because that becomes a pain in the butt for people to look at my videos. So on that point, I'm going to have to go away. Next week is August 8th. It'll be, as I talk about, I can talk about Magic Card Community Day. I'll tell you more about my trip to Yankee Candle. And hopefully I'll be able to tell you more about, hopefully maybe good stuff. And not bad stuff, but we'll find out. So we'll see you in about 7 days. Enjoy yourself. Look out for the hurricane. I'll let you know if the hurricane hit us or whatever. You'll probably know by Tuesday, Wednesday if you watch the news, but we'll recover in my show next Saturday. So hopefully we won't have any issues. Excuse me, like we did today. But thank you all for watching, and have a great day. And I'm going to try to push this to 15 minutes exactly, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm just going to end the stream right here. Thanks, you all, for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.